My boyfriend said something I think is unforgivable, but I can't lose another loved one. I, 22 male, have been with my boyfriend, 22 male, for 4 years. It was not love at first sight as I didn't know I was bi at the time. I met my boyfriend when I was 18 and as I said I didn't know I was bi, so we started off as friends, though with time I realized that you felt something more. When I saw him flirting with another guy in front of me I got jealous and pulled him to the side and confessed how I felt. To my surprise he felt the same and I felt like the luckiest guy in the world. Never ever thought I could love someone as much as I loved him. Now I come from a conservative background and my parents weren't exactly happy when they found out about it. I love my family and respect them with every fiber of my being. To my surprise they didn't want to disown me and told me they still loved me and that they just needed time. I was so happy about it and thought everything would work out. My boyfriend hates my family so much for even thinking it's wrong to be bi. I don't blame him, but I told him that they are trying and doing their best. Despite him hating them and making it hard on me, we still decided we should move in together at the end June 2021. 3 months ago I lost my parents in a car crash. Thankfully my little brother, 7, was with me at the time. I just shut down, couldn't eat, couldn't think and refused to go outside. I just wanted to be with my brother and work through my grief. My boyfriend was happier than ever, like the news of my parents' deaths was like winning the lotto. I convinced myself that it was my anxiety messing with me. 2 days ago my brother came running to me, telling me that my boyfriend told him he shouldn't be sad and that them dying would make his life easier now that their beliefs won't be pushed onto him. His exact words, "Be happy, brother will teach you better than they would." I lost it, told him to leave, and I didn't want him in my life anymore. The thing is, he made me feel guilty about it and made it sound like I'm overreacting and being dramatic. I'm still depressed today and can't trust myself and my friends are divided. Some think I should leave him and the other says I should forgive him because I have already lost too much. I think I should leave him and I probably would under normal circumstances, but he was the best and sweetest person I have ever met. What should I do? Are you seriously not breaking up with a person who can be that fucking cruel to a child who lost both parents? Some things are unforgivable. He was the best and sweetest person I have ever met. If this was true, he wouldn't say what he said to an actual child that recently lost their parents. Fuck this guy. Seriously. He fucked with your family. Absolutely, completely, unequivocally, unforgivable. Religion is one of the biggest differences between people in a relationship. But that said, your boyfriend was an utter piece of shit for saying that to your brother. Kick your boyfriend to the curb. That is such an inconsiderate and awful thing to say to someone who just had lost their parents. How is his relationship with his own parents? Does he care about your feelings at all? I would leave him ASAP, would not let anyone talk about my dead family members that way. I'm sorry for your loss, I can't imagine what you're going through. I don't care how sweet this guy has been to you in the past. You and your brother went through something devastating and your boyfriend is having the time of his life. Telling a child he should be happy his parents are dead is despicable. Fuck him. Your ex-boyfriend is fucking trash. Someone who can openly celebrate fatal family trauma including your hurt, is someone not deserving of your time, let alone your love. And then he puts the cherry on top by telling this shit to your brother. Telling a 7-year-old child to be happy about his parents' death. Trash, just human trash. And all because your parents disagreed with his sexuality. Let that sink in for a second. OMG, please leave. He was pleased that your family died and is emotionally hurting your brother. If you don't leave for yourself, leave for your brother. His hatred for your parents is clearly greater than his love for you, otherwise he would have never said that. Here's a little perspective. My husband's father is a scumbag and a con artist. He steals money. He got my husband into heroin. Husband is sober now. When he was a child, he abandoned his family and left them to live in a motel. He uses women for a place to live. He left his last girlfriend while she overdosed and died. I've thought to myself that he was a horrible person and I wish he didn't exist. But I've never wanted him to die, let alone tell my husband that or his little brother. And I especially would never say something like that if he actually did die. What your boyfriend did is so unbelievably terrible and I would absolutely dump him. Am I, 29F, pulling boyfriend, 32M, along when it comes to marriage plans? I, 29F, have been with my boyfriend, 32M, for slightly more than a year now. We jokingly discussed marriage very early on, about 2 months in. He mentioned wanting to get married at 34 and having kids. The jokes tapered off, but I started seriously considering marriage about 8 months in. Ever since then, I've always been the one to bring up marriage and our future together. He's always agreeable to what I want, but he doesn't bring up the topic first. He plans everything in his life and has goals for his finances, career, health etc., but nothing for our relationship. I told him when I'd like to get engaged and married and have kids. He said, okay, and that was it. It makes me feel like I'm dragging him along. I should also mention that he proposed to his ex-fiancée after 6 months. He said he was reckless because it was his first time. I can't help but think maybe he's with me only because I make myself available. Recently I found that he follows Instagram accounts on dating, manliness etc., and it worries me. It compounds my feeling that he's not truly committed. I spoke to him about it. He said he doesn't like being tracked and that he doesn't feel the need to justify what he follows on Instagram. I feel that he's right, yet I can't get rid of the feeling that it's a no from him, because if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. He never says no to spending time together, always pays for me. Time and money are the two most important things to him. But when it comes to planning a future, I feel so alone. Do you think he really sees a future with me? Maybe let things fold out organically. It seems like a lot of pushing from an outsider's perspective. You are pulling him along. But that's because you're sprinting woman running. A year into a relationship is way too soon to be contemplating marriage. Maybe living together. Maybe. So, yes, he may think you might be the one. But he already made one mistake and is being smart and taking his time with your relationship. You are rushing him way too much. What's the rush? He says okay when you bring it up. Why would he lie? Hello, and thank you for your submission. Please take a moment to review the rules listed in our sidebar. For further guidance, please see our wiki. This is a bot message. I cannot respond to any comments. Please modmail us with any questions. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit. Message compose to =r relationship_advice if you have any questions or concerns. I'm sorry you are feeling this way, but I'm gonna need some info. Why didn't he marry the ex? Could be super relevant. Do you think he really sees a future with me? Ask him. Tell him you want to ideally be married in 3 years. Ask him if that's what he's thinking too. Tell him you aren't asking for an engagement, just reassurance that you're both on a similar page. After a guy's perspective, can women and men be just friends? I know it's a cliché question, but I'm starting to wonder if it's true. I recently got out of a relationship. Well, it's been about 6 months. I study a very male-dominated major in college and most of my friends at the moment are guys. Recently I've had a fair few ask me out, which has honestly disappointed me because it does make me wonder if they ever valued me as a friend at all. I do sympathize though, and I take it as a compliment, but I guess it's disheartening. I've told them that I'm just not looking to date anyone at the moment, but I do really appreciate it and value them as friends. A couple have stuck around, and things have felt normal, but I worry that they either resent me or they're waiting around in case I decide to date them or something. Some of them don't have heaps of female friends, which makes me wonder. It's sad because I genuinely like these guys and have a lot in common with them as people, but I'm not keen on dating anyone at the moment. It's just a bit lonely. Luckily I do have some great female friends, but they're not the people I see every day, and I have interests they're not into. I am worried my male friendships are destined to end either if they stop being interested, or if they get a girlfriend who doesn't want them having female friends, etc. Would love to hear your thoughts. Men and women can definitely be platonic friends. But thinking of attraction as a choice, and being disappointed in someone for developing that interest is misguided. People have a higher chance of becoming attracted to people they spend time with, and otherwise like as individuals. It doesn't mean they've been feigning interest in friendship just to get closer to you. In all honesty, it really depends on the person and what they are also after. I'd say a good majority of guys will still want to be friends with you if you've turned them down. They are mature enough to control their emotions and stick around for your qualities as a friend rather than a partner. Albeit they will still feel strongly towards you, but they will understand and respect how you feel. You'll always get those people who will end up leaving because of how they feel though, which is understandable. If they are after something you are not, it's normal for them to move on and find that with someone else. Try not to take it to heart. But you will find people who just want to be friends and nothing more. It might be difficult to find those people, but you will. The answer depends on the subreddit you're asking this question in. I can say it's a reality. Been there, done that. I even have a few very attractive friends I wouldn't try to hit on, because I value the emotional level of friendship we have. Men and women can be friends, as long as they're both mature and realistic about it. I have multiple friends who are women that I'm not interested in dating. Yeah. I have always had female friends, generally been in a relationship most of the time, and have long-term friends who are women. God damn, some of these comments are cynical as fuck. If you honestly believe that men and women can't be friends without a sexual aspect to the relationship, you need to take a hard look at yourself. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I hate this question so much. I'm bisexual and attracted to all genders. Since I'm a woman, you'd never ask me if I'm capable of being just friends with another woman, right? Then why would anything change when the friend in question is a man? Of course men and women can be friends. It makes me sad that this is even a discussion. I have so many wonderful male friends, and the depth of our platonic relationships is something I treasure. I can't imagine also secretly assuming that they have ulterior motives, too. Next time, just tell them you aren't interested in them to date. If you leave it as a, "I'm not looking to date just now," you will have this problem a lot more. It is entirely possible to have just friends of the opposite gender. The main difference is a lot of men only get emotional support from girlfriends, or they think that that's the only person they are allowed to be vulnerable with. And so whenever a woman is emotionally supportive, these men think it must mean relationship is on the horizon, when really that's what friendship is. Is having a dating profile active while in a relationship a bad thing? Disclaimer. For a friend. My friend recently got into a relationship, for about 4 months now, and she got into an argument with her current BF. Apparently, her BF's friend had seen her on a dating site and brought this up to the BF. My friend says that she hasn't used it, but won't deactivate her account since she doesn't see a point since she isn't using it anyways. Which resulted in a huge fight between them. So she called me to rant about her boyfriend problems, and I told her that she should just deactivate the account to make him feel comfortable. She got mad, saying that she didn't like how controlling he was. That he should be trusting her. I told her if I had been in a relationship then I wouldn't want my boyfriend to have an active account on a dating site either. Basically she got mad at me for defending him, and we haven't spoken in a few days. IDK. How do y'all feel? Would you feel comfortable with your partner if they had an active account on a dating site? I don't think I said anything wrong. I do want to take my friend's side 100% of the time, but sometimes I need to be honest. Yeah. If you're in an active relationship you shouldn't have an active profile on a dating site. I mean, man shrugging, light skin tone. Yeah, nah, you did nothing wrong and she absolutely should delete it. It's bizarre that instead of just saying, "Oh sorry, I forgot to do that," and then deleting it, she's dug her heels in and insisted it's fine because she doesn't use it. Sounds to me like she might be using it. I feel sorry for her BF, she doesn't respect him at all. Also, never take your friend's side 100% of the time. People need to hear when they're being a dick so they can stop being a dick, and that's what friends are for. Well, you are not wrong, it's just basic respect if you're in a relationship. My friend says that she hasn't used it, but won't deactivate her account since she doesn't see a point since she isn't using it anyways. If she doesn't use it, why not deactivate it? Refusing to deactivate it is a big red flag. Would you feel comfortable with your partner if they had an active account on a dating site? No, I wouldn't. And if she responded with the, "I don't use it anyways," as a reason to not deactivate it, I would bolt. It's so childish. It's just common sense. Would she like if her boyfriend has an active dating profile? Like, come on, you are absolutely right on your part. Your friend is being unreasonable and it likely reflects something you probably don't want to be associated with. Is this really the first time she seemed untrustworthy? If she's not using it then she shouldn't have it. She doesn't have to completely delete the account, so she can use it when she's single again, but there's no reason she should have it up and active while in a relationship. She's either 1, looking for other guys online, or 2, just really fucking stubborn for no reason. Both are reason enough to end a 4-month-long relationship. Tell your friend to just leave the BF. She clearly isn't mature enough for an adult relationship and he deserves a girl who doesn't hide dating profiles from him. She's obviously doing or planning to do something with the profile, which is why she's refusing to delete it. She sounds like a stubborn child throwing a tantrum because she isn't getting her own way. Is she 5 years old?